Hello everyone, the Water Magister here for week 3 of Metatron's meditations. So today we are going to be discussing several different awareness techniques. Typically this particular week, as it was taught to me, is meant to be utilized with either an intimate partner or a friend, specifically to have someone in front of you so that you can practice these techniques with. So the hands-on application for this is meant if you have someone with you to do these things. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit difficult to experience what I'm going to be sharing. So I would recommend listening to the video, and then if you're ready, finding someone that is willing to do these practices with you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is awareness techniques. So to do so, I'm going to have you begin to close your eyes. We're going to ground ourselves into this present moment, let go of the day, let go of what has happened up until this point, and let go of where you have to be when you are finished with this video. Okay, so just close the eyes. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last deep inhale, holding for 10 seconds. Deep inhale in. And exhale slowly out the mouth. Breathing normally. Grounding yourself into this present moment. Still keeping the eyes closed, we're going to go into the first awareness technique, which is the observer method, the camera method. So I want you to begin listening to the different sounds that are occurring in your space. Maybe listening to what's going on outside if you can. And placing your awareness on different things that draw your attention to it. Now begin to bring your awareness and attention to your breath. If your mind wanders, simply bring it back to the breath, following it how it flows in through the nose and out the nose. As your eyes are closed, I want you to begin to visualize a video camera that's hovering behind you. It's recording your life, observing. It's sitting over your shoulder. It is watching the TV show of you. And you have full range of this camera. So as you're observing through the lens of the camera, notice what you're wearing. Notice as the angles of the camera shift to see in front of you, to see the front of your face, to see your posture if it's upright. It's witnessing your chest rising and falling. And move the camera lens in different angles. Maybe you want to see the top of your head. the back of you, the left of you. And play with the different angles that you can. Taking note as you're looking at yourself through this camera lens, you can begin to pay attention to the thoughts that are coming through. Noticing that you are not the thoughts, you're the observer, the one witnessing it all. Begin to see that camera shift back into the body. Now having your awareness in the body itself, being aware of all the sensations that are occurring on the skin. Now with a greater sense of awareness that you have, that you can always pay attention to what you see, what you feel. By remembering, you can choose to observe. All it takes is a choice to observe. All it takes is a choice to be the silent witness. And in this observational standpoint, you have the greater sense of awareness. Noticing what drives you. Still keeping the eyes closed. Just noticing what thoughts come through as you're listening to my voice. I know lately, old patterns may have seemed to come up that you thought you had healed, that you thought you had moved through. But know that these patterns are coming up because they're testing your level of awareness to see if you are applying the practices, to see if you are applying the tools that you have learned up until this point. Remain in your peace. Remain as the witness, acknowledging the emotions that surface, appreciating the experiences that you're being shown. Bring your focus to the beating of your heart against the chest. Ensuring your posture is straight. Taking a deep inhale into the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last deep inhale, hold for 10 seconds, deep inhale in. And slowly exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. When you're ready, slowly opening the eyes, reacclimating yourself into this room. So that's one tool of awareness, is the observational standpoint, the camera method. So imagine if any of you have seen the movie The Truman Show. Imagine your life like that. That you can always be the observer of your own TV show. And having that ability, having that power, you can then make choices that are based on responses rather than reactions. You know, like if you get angry or frustrated at something, you're not going to immediately take it out on the person. You'll take a moment and observe, oh, I'm annoyed right now. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to feel this annoyance. And then you move past it. Or you can choose to, on your own time, release those emotions. So another method of awareness that I like to do is decide on a day. Doesn't have to be today, can be today. And in that day, what you're going to do is every movement that you do, like you notice how I'm moving my hand right now, every movement that you do it at a much slower rate. So if you're washing dishes, if you're cooking, if you're in a conversation with someone, pay attention to all of the movements that you're doing in the body. Slow everything down. Say, for example, I'm about to pick up my phone. I'm moving very slowly, picking the phone up. Paying attention to what muscles, what parts of the body I'm instructing to let it know to pick up that phone. And then placing it back down. Just slow things down so that you can pay attention to what muscles are being used. So that you can pay attention to where your eyes are going, what mannerisms you're moving when you're moving your hands. Take a day for that and remind yourself whenever you forget to go back into that practice. It's a really awesome practice to be aware, to be present. I call it the sloth method. So imagine when a sloth is moving from tree to tree, it's going, I'm gonna grab that branch. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. I grab the branch. Oh, my other hand has to grab the branch too. I'm grabbing that branch. You know, so you want to slow things down. Now getting into the partner meditation or the couples meditation. So in this practice, I'm going to in detail go through it, and then when you have your time, you can do this with your partner or a friend. So the first one is eye gazing. So if you've never heard of eye gazing before, some of you may have already, if you're watching some of my videos already. Eye gazing is a form of meditation and connection. It is also a form of vulnerability. I've done many eye gazings throughout my practice with many different people, and I notice a lot of things that occur. When I personally first started doing eye gazing, I would look at the person, and I may remember one specific moment. It was like a beautiful woman that was in front of me, and I immediately started laughing because I felt uncomfortability rising. It's like, oh crap, okay, this person's gonna look at me. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep, they're looking at me. I feel awkward. This is awkward. So I felt a lot of uncomfortability, and ways that you release your uncomfortability is you laugh. You want to look the other way. So when you're doing eye gazing with someone, do your best to hold on to your kneecaps so that you can be present. And the times that you want to, apologies, my allergies are really bad today. When you want to move or look somewhere, just grab onto your knees and apply a little bit of pressure. And notice if you want to laugh, and it's okay. But set a timer, anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes, where you're going to look directly into your partner's eyes. And again, this can be a friend. I've done it with many friends. And during that whole time, you want to make sure that you're silent. Don't speak. I've had a friend that I did this with, and it was very uncomfortable for her to be in that space, she felt that she had to break the silence, because it was a way of someone looking into her. And they say that the eyes are the doorway to your soul, and of course they are. They're allowing you to connect on a much deeper level. And one of the main things that we seek in the human experience is significance. When someone truly looks at you and they look at your eyes, they're seeing you, they're acknowledging you, they're validating your existence. And that's all we want. We want to be validated. We want to be seen, because at times we're not giving it to ourselves. So when another person gives it to us, it's like, oh, I don't know, I want to look away. If every person in a committed relationship set aside time to just eye gaze, no words said, those relationships would be so fucking powerful. You would have such a connection with the person that is unbreakable. So eye gazing, set a time for 2 to 5 minutes where you look into the other person's eyes. And on this note, I highly recommend that you look at their left eye. The reason is, in my personal experience, I've learned that I instinctively look at the person's right eye. And for me, in my reality, it takes me another level of awareness to look at their left eye. And I feel, and this is based on what I've been told as well, is the right eye is the eye and the version of the person that they want to show to you, to show to the outside world. And the left eye is the version of the person that they don't want the world to see, that they're hiding. So when you look at the person's left eye, you're seeing more of who they truly are, rather than what they want to present themselves to be of who they are. So just take that and play with it. A couple things that you may experience during eye gazing as well is you may start to see the person's face start to change. And in my belief, I feel that what you're actually witnessing is you're witnessing other lifetimes of that person that you may have remembered or you may have dealt with. Some things that may happen is you may start to see straight through the person's face, or you may start to see complete shadow in the face. I've done eye gazing on many different levels consciously, and I've seen certain entities in a person's face. I've seen demonic entities in a person's face. I've seen angelic entities in a person's face. And I feel that these are all show up so that you can pay attention to what you're seeing and what you're feeling based on what you're witnessing. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. You can actually do this with yourself in a mirror. It doesn't have to be with a partner. It's actually really powerful if you do it by yourself and look into your own eyes. I remember I did an eye gazing with myself, and after I'd say about 5 minutes, I had a timer for about 15 minutes. About 5 minutes into it, my face started to change and I started to look like a goat. And it sounds funny, but my beard ended up looking like the mouth was opening, and it looked like a very demonic energy. And I had a choice. I could have looked away because I was like, what the hell is that? Or I could have stayed with it, not been afraid of it, and loved it. Be excited about what it's showing you. Like, oh wow, what is that? Is that another version of me that I get to love? In the moment that I was no longer in my fear state of looking at that version of me, that being, whatever it was that I saw, started smiling, started laughing. And I wasn't smiling. I wasn't laughing. The being was. And I feel that it laughed and smiled because I had passed a certain test, that I was no longer afraid of what I'm looking at. So there's many different applications of eye gazing. So I implore you to practice on your own or practice with a partner, because you're going to start building certain levels of vulnerability and connection with the person or yourself when you do this. So that's eye gazing. The next practice is what I call an energy cauldron. This is actually necessary to have a partner with. So the energy cauldron is you're going to place your left hand out with the palm facing up, and your right hand is out but the palm facing down, and then the opposite hands on the person is going to match, like how this is. So you'd be like this, but you're sitting across from each other, and preferably if your kneecaps are touching, that'd be great, so that you can place your hands and the tops of your hands on each other's knees. So what the goal of this is, you're going to visualize a thought form. So what is a thought form? A thought form is a ball of light, a chi ball, that you have either a certain intention behind, or it's essentially just an intention behind it. So you're creating a chi ball. So what you want to do is, as you create the circuit, because this is creating a circuit with your hands, with the other person, you're creating a closed loop circuit. So once your eyes are closed, and I would recommend setting a timer for this as well, for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes is what I would recommend for this. You have your eyes closed after the circuit is created. Then you want to place your attention and your awareness at the center of the chest. Both of you are going to be doing this. You're going to focus on just your center of the chest. And you're going to visualize a ball of white light the size of a golf ball in the center of the chest. Every inhale you take, that ball of light expands. Every exhale you take, that ball of light contracts back to its original size. You're going to be playing with that for a little while. In and out, fluctuating, in and out. And then you're going to want to visualize that ball of light moving through the left shoulder, down the left arm, into the palm of your left hand. Okay. So now both of you have a ball of light in the palm of your left hands. Just keep it there for a few moments, so that you can feel or notice the difference from when you first started up until now. And then, when you're ready, you begin to visualize that ball of light move into their right hand, going up their right arm, going up the shoulder, and then pausing at the center of their chest. So now you're trading your thought forms, you're trading the balls of light, and you're leaving it there for a moment so that you can feel each other's energy, so that you can feel each other's thought form. And then you're going to start rotating it in a clockwise motion. So now it's going through their left arm, down to the left hand, back into your right hand, back into your chest, pausing at your chest. And then after about 2 or 3 cycles of this, you're going to start speeding the process up. And each cycle after that, speeding up more and faster and faster and faster, until a certain point, all you're going to see is a line of light that creates a circle. It's a cauldron of energy that's spinning really fast in between both of the circuits that you're creating, right? And there's no distinguishing line between your energy and the other person's energy. So it's just a continuous circle. At a certain point, you're going to then bring that ball of light and visualize it keep rotating above you, above both of your heads. And it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. And at that point, when you visualize it above your heads, spinning in a rotation, speak out loud an intention, or something that you want to manifest, or a person that you want to give love to, or yeah, just those things. And then together, visualize it go up into the sky, and disperse and go wherever it has to go. That's one way to do the energy cauldron. Another way that I like to do the energy cauldron is I keep it contained within both people, but then I split the energy in half. So in my mind, I cut the energy in half, and I take a certain portion of it and I leave it into my chest, and they take a certain portion of it and they leave it in their chest. And we conclude the meditation with a couple breaths, a grounding breaths, like inhale through the nose, out the nose, 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 and then nose, hold for 10 seconds, exhale. And you stay that way for a week. And then you come back after that week and you do the meditation again. But this time you're drawing back your energy and that person is drawing back their energy. And what this does, in my experience, is all the experiences, all the emotions, all the different things that that person went through during that week, then and what they learned also gets brought into you, into your awareness, so that you can begin to work with those things. So in a way, you're assisting each other in healing. So that's one way that I like to utilize it. So yes, that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to close this particular video with a quote, and then we'll close out with 3 grounding breaths. Okay? So, we cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be seen and known, and when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affections. Love is not something we give or get. It is something that we nurture and grow. A connection that can only be cultivated between 2 people when it exists within each of them. We can only love ourselves as much as we can only love others as much as we love ourselves. So take that as your lesson for this week. It's essential and vital to give to yourself. I know many of you that are probably watching this consider yourselves healers, and you're not going to heal anything if you don't heal yourself. It is your energy, the things that you have personally gone through, that are healing for other people. It's not you supporting another person and then they're healed. It's you healing yourself, sharing that vibration of what you went through and what you cultivated, and that is what heals others. So please keep your focus within. Give back to yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself in the mirror. Do affirmations. Dance. Move the body. So go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep inhale into the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last deep inhale, hold for 10 seconds, deep inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. Opening your eyes. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, for dedicating love to yourself, love to your temple. It's these moments that are vital. I'm personally excited because I'm going to be leaving South Florida to go to California for a week. I'm leaving in 2 days. I'm going to be going to the Redwoods and Mount Shasta. So I'll be recording some meditation videos in the Redwoods and some meditation videos in the snow in Mount Shasta, which I look very much forward to doing. Yeah. I love all of you. Thank you.